Naruto and Sasuke accept their destiny as the reincarnation of the sons of the Sage of the Six Paths. In my review of Naruto, Chapter 671. Quick announcement, guys. Christian will not be here this week, but he will be returning for next week's Naruto review, so please stay tuned for that. But let's go ahead and talk about this week's chapter of Naruto, which I thought was really great. As a Naruto fan, everything that's going on this week is really important. We are learning a lot of really interesting things. Naruto and Sasuke are finally teaming up and becoming the team they should have always been from the beginning of the series. We got an awesome color page this week. Lady Kaguya had the Byakugan eyes and a Sharingan eye in her forehead, which she used to use infinite Tsukiyomi. Madara is getting his shit destroyed by Guy, and not only that, but Naruto looks like he's actually going to be able to harness the power of all of the nine-tailed beasts, thus becoming the next sage. And it makes sense, because both Naruto and Sasuke are the reincarnations of the Sage of the Six Paths sons. This was hinted at last week's episode when we learned that Naruto was the reincarnation of Ashura, and we pretty much all knew that Sasuke was going to be the reincarnation of Indra. Something that is important, though, is that actually Hashirama and Madara were the original transmigration forms of these characters. They were the original hosts of these ghosts. And that's really interesting here. But what I think I love most about this chapter, of course, is the scene where all of the tailed beast chakra are erupting from the ground. And I like the way it looks thematically, with their bodies looking all gooey and ghostly as they erupt from the ground. And I also like the homage when they're all standing around in a circle, just like when they were children, when they were the Sage of the Six Paths. I just thought that was a really nice touch. But I especially love the part where both Naruto and Sasuke begin to accept the Sage of the Six Paths' wisdom. It is a little strange that Sasuke just sort of like suddenly appears standing there, but stranger things have happened in Naruto. In the scene where they both start to take in his power for the first time, and you have that big scene where they're standing next to each other, and there's that panel where basically both of their powers are combining. It's really awesome, and it gives me the feels big time. But it also gave me the sudden realization that the Naruto series is quickly coming to an end. You know, after this big power-up scene, we're pretty much getting ready for the final battle of the series against Madara. And it really shocks me, because I know that the end is coming. I know that it's going to be ending soon, but this looks like it's going to be it. You know, after seeing Naruto and Sasuke team up in this week's episode, I really don't see them having, like, a big battle with each other. Maybe if it's, like, sort of an epilogue for the series where they're both in the Chunin exams, because they both still happen to be Genin, and maybe that could be holding them back from becoming the Hokage, and that would just be a great way to see them fight again. However, the fact that they're using their abilities to sort of team up with each other, and it sort of goes in line with the fact that both of the clans are having to sort of come together, I don't see that happening anymore in the series. And I'm not really too disappointed by it either, you know? Just getting to see Naruto and Sasuke team up with each other is really nice. Another thing that I thought was a cool twist was with Lady Kaguya. I thought it was really cool that she had the Byakugan eyes, and that's apparently where they originated from. And they also talk a little bit more about her power, and how basically Madara is like the next form of Kaguya in a way. Kaguya basically did everything that Madara did to sort of control the world. In fact, she even had the ability to use the infinite Tsukiyomi as well. And that's what made her such a revered person, but she was sort of lost in legend, and this is where Madara sort of picked up on what she was doing. And, you know, I really originally thought that, you know, the Sage of the Six Paths and his brother were actually going to be, like, the reincarnated forms of Hashirama and Madara, but they didn't go that way at all. And I was kind of hoping they would get a little bit more into the Sage of the Six Paths brother this week. That's still another mysterious element. He's just sort of meant in passing, but I would like them to, you know, get into that a little bit more. Hopefully it's nothing that's going to open up, like, a whole nother big action arc. I don't see his brother being a villain in any sense of the words. I can see him making a big appearance, though, and maybe another background story about the Sage of the Six Paths, because I'd like to see a little bit more about that character. But otherwise, this was a great chapter of Naruto. It had everything where it counted. It wasn't a big action fest, but it wasn't meant to be. This was getting to see Naruto and Sasuke finally progress to the final part of the series, where they're finally getting to squash their bullshit and team up and realize that they can accomplish so much together. Another thing that made this chapter great, of course, was that there was a huge color spread at the beginning, which featured Naruto, Sasuke, and Hagoromo Otsutsuki, and you could see that behind them was actually the big Ashura statue, which was all golden and had multiple arms, and then you could see Indra was right behind Sasuke, and it looked really awesome. And, you know, there's a lot of stuff here that's also going with Japanese mythology and stuff that, frankly, I just don't quite get. But despite that, everything still looks great. All of the artwork and everything was really good this week. I was expecting Naruto to be a little dimmer with some of the things that were going on this week. In fact, I thought, you know, at first when he figured out that Ashura was, like, inside of him, like he was the reincarnated ghost, he was going to start freaking out about it. But no, Naruto's actually taking all of this very well. And again, just the artwork was awesome this week. I can't get over that part. Like, especially the scene with all the bijou that were all around Naruto and everything. Again, great homage to the Sage of the Six Paths. And just the scene where they're finally teaming up together and receiving the power from the Sage of the Six Paths, just goosebumps all over, guys. Just, I'm so excited for this one, and yet at the same time, I'm so wary because it's finally coming to an end. This is going to be an epic battle. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen with it. But also, I want to know what's going to happen with Guy. It's pretty much been inferred that he's going to die, and that's because he's using his abilities with all of the gates being opened. However, I still feel that there's going to be some sort of, like, Deus Ex Machina that's going to save him and keep him from dying, and I don't know why I'm feeling that. I don't see his characters just dying and then suddenly Naruto and Sasuke appear to just save the day and then everybody's just going to forget about Guy. I think they're going to come in and find a way to save him. And that might seem a little cheesy and that might even disappoint some people. But I don't want to see Guy die. He's such an awesome character. But I still want to see Naruto and Sasuke get out there and show Madara what the hell is going on. Also, little thing, I do think now, at this point in the series, that Sasuke might actually get the Rinnegan power. And the only reason I say that is because they do bring up in this week's chapter the reason that, of course, Madara had his Rinnegan eyes because he inserted some of Hashirama's chakra in him. Thus, he basically had a little bit of Ashura's chakra inside of himself, and that mixed with his Indra chakra, thus creating the Rinnegan eye. We've always known in the past that both of those chakra forms would create the Rinnegan, but the fact that you now realize that it's their two spirits that are creating that, that's pretty amazing. And considering Sasuke technically has Indra's soul inside of him, and now he's receiving some of Hagoromo's chakra, that means he should have the Rinnegan eye in the next chapter, or at least maybe a way to activate it. And that makes sense. He's always been all about the eyes, and I'd rather Sasuke get the Rinnegan eye as opposed to Naruto. Only reason I say that is because the whole series, Naruto has gone without the use of the power of eyes. He's always relied on himself, and of course on the power of Kurama. And I think by adding that brand new power to it, it would sort of cheapen some of his other abilities. Not to mention, he still has his Sage mode, so Naruto has a lot of abilities, and he doesn't really need the Rinnegan. However, I think it will fit with Sasuke if it does end up happening. All I know is great chapter this week. It was really exciting finally getting to see Naruto and Sasuke get their brand new power-ups. I cannot wait to see if they're going to look any different in next week's chapter, and I don't know what's going to happen with Guy. All I know is I'm really excited for the conclusion of Naruto, which is just around the corner. It could happen in the summer, it could happen in the fall, it could happen at the end of the year. All I know is it's imminent, and I'm really excited for this conclusion. So definitely check out this week's chapter, guys. It's really exciting. It's got a lot of really cool developments and little things that you're going to learn, especially about the history of the ninja world. So check this week's chapter out. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. I thought it was a solid, entertaining chapter as a Naruto fan. I really don't think you're going to be disappointed unless you just wanted to see some big, raw action. But otherwise, this is some important stuff that we needed to see. So check it out. Entertaining chapter, guys. So if you guys had a chance to check out this week's chapter of Naruto, I would love to hear your thoughts about it. And you can tell me with your comments below. You can tell me about your favorite moments, favorite scenes. Maybe you didn't really care about this chapter. Remember, guys, before you leave, make sure and give this video a thumbs up. It's one of the easiest ways to support our videos, and it helps them out a ton. And if you want to see more of our content, make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you can also check us out on Facebook and on Twitter. I'll put links to both of those in the description box below. And remember, guys, I actually just released a brand new versus video. It is Ryuko Matoi versus Sailor Moon. Yes, believe it or not. I'll put a link to that video in the description box below. So, I'll see you next time, guys. Super Kami Guru 9000, out.